Hello and welcome to Racing in Queensland. I'm your host, Jesse McDonald. My co-host here, Paul Knight. Welcome, Paul.
Hi, Jess. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad at all, mate. Very good, and looking forward to racing at Doomben this weekend.
Yeah, another big weekend of racing. Hopefully we'll be able to get through it without the rain we've had for the last couple of weekends. Be nice to be able to finish a program. But congratulations to Chief Steward Wade Birch for his efforts last weekend. He brought the races forward, trying to get through the program. Unfortunately, just got caught with the final two races. But congratulations to him and the team up there. It was a great effort and some initiative, well thought out and well done.
Yeah, absolutely well done and good initiative to see by the stewards there. But moving on to another issue that I've got a bit of an interest in is the underage issue with families not being able to take their kids to the races on certain race days, being like the Stradbroke or the Doomben 10,000, which, you know, it's a bit of a shame for people in the industry if they've got runners and, you know, they can't take their family.
It is a shame. I mean, we're trying to bring up a new generation into racing, and that's how you get them in there is take them to those big days and get them excited and see the good race horses. And that's right. That's what you remember yourself as a kid, is going to the races on those big days and seeing the good horses. And that's it is a shame. I mean, we need new people and new blood, and the kids coming through are always a part of it.
Well, hopefully this might take a step towards hopefully changing that and letting families have priority over alcohol. You know, we want to see families at the races instead of people boozing up.
Exactly.
And that's an issue, and hopefully prize money is the next thing that's going to go up for owners.
Well, we can only hope so. Everything else goes up for them.
That's right. Well, moving on, let's just have a look at the races. It's a great program, a 9-race program at Doomben, and starting off at race 1, the 2-year-old race. What do you like?
Yeah, well, I've tipped 5 o'clock. He's one of my favourites running around at the moment with the from the Alan Bailey stable. Came third last start in the heavy at Eagle Farm. Was a winner on protest at the start before over the 1110 metres. I think he'll be hard to beat. For second, I've thrown in the Barry Baldwin trained Racing Stripes, and for third, the Brian Guy trained Noisey Ocean.
Yeah, looking at the race, I've put on Noisey Ocean on top. The Shovel Gelding with Larry Cassidy on board, trained out of the Brian Guy stable. I put it on top. I'm putting in Fine Tune for second out of the Kevin Kemp stable by Mark Kane. And Ultrazonel by Falvalon, who stands at Glen Logan there for third. So I've tipped 4, 7 and 8.
Moving on, we move to race 2, the 3-year-old handicap over the 2020. Almost the Cox Plate distance there, my friend.
I'm not sure many of these will end up in the Cox Plate.
Well, you never know your luck. Anyhow, I've tipped number 2, Play Action from the David Peoples stables. He's by a stallion called Cape Cross, who's a very good stallion. So I think he'll be hard to beat. For second, I've thrown in I Walk the Line from the Pat and Wayne Webster stable down there at Randwick. He's won last start out at Rose Hill, and they brought him up here, so he should be well into it. He did win on the heavy or the dead down there, so he'll be suited by the track. And for third, I've thrown in Ice Apple from the Jason McLaughlin stable.
Yeah, no, politician Pat, he always gets a fair horse. So he had a good one there. He's had quite a few good ones running around.
He has indeed.
I've put in number 7 on top. I've got Umanova out of the Stephen O'Day stable, a Hussein A filly. I like her form. Last start, she ran 5th behind Billy Orcash, and I've got her on top. I'm putting in number 4 from politician Pat stable, I Walk the Line, and number 3 for third, Diadem Trist. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's it. That'll do.
Right. Well, it's the usual segment with Chasing the Bunny with our form expert, Pat the Dog. Hello and welcome to our segment Chasing the Bunny, where I'm with our form expert Greyhound Pat. And what a great selections last week, Pat.
Yeah, no, the one of them was very good and a good return. The other one wasn't so good, but that happens. But yeah, no, it's been good, the selections over the last couple of shows.
It was a huge percentage return on your investment, over 50% return, so you can't complain with that, with the banks only offering 6%.
That's right. No, we've got the bank covered, which is,
with interest.
Yes, that's right, mate. That's right.
Moving on, what are our selections coming for Friday?
Well, look, there's the same sort of thing. The maiden final, mainly because they've raced each other the week before, is generally a good way to go to look for a winner. And in that race, look, there's probably 2 chances, 2 and 8, Shiny Apple and Trainer Lass, but seeing Trainer Lass was our selection last week and won at 7 to 4 or thereabouts, we'll probably go with the 8. I think it's a good race for a trifecta, 2, 6 and 7 to fill the placings. Obviously the 2 and the 8 are the major 2 in that. Then we move to race 4, and it's a novice, and there's a dog that won on yesterday, Wednesday. I'm assuming it'll get a run tomorrow. Pixie's Pride. And I've got to tip it from 2 and 3. And in race 6, at a bit of value, same as last week, we're trying over on each way one, number 2, Rincon.
What odds are we looking at there?
Look, I'd hope at least 5 or 6 to 1. You know, there's a very fast dog outside it and a good beginner inside it, but it might get the suck run through on the fence.
Yeah, nice. Be good to get the suck run.
It's always good to get the suck run, that's right.
So any news on any developments with racing tracks or anything at the moment?
Yeah, look, it seems to be, and I shouldn't probably comment, but it's a long way from being resolved, and it's an ongoing saga, and we desperately need a U-turn track, or at least a one-turn track, or something different to what the poor dogs are racing on week in, week out at Albion Park and Ipswich. But as I say, it just goes on and on and on, and doesn't seem to get any close to resolution. Maybe I'm a long way away from it, but it just seems that it's gone on for too long already.
Well, what an interesting story again from Pat the dog, Greyhound Pat, our form expert.
Oh, I love Pat the dog. He's a good man.
He's in great form, and you would have doubled your bank had you been following his tips over the last 3 weeks. So he's definitely a man that's on the money and knows his dogs.
Mate, at $1.80, it's hard to double your bank.
7 to 4 last week.
Beautiful.
So let's get on, eh? Moving on, more importantly, race 5.
Yeah, the listed race for the 3-year-olds, the Gold Edition plate.
Yeah, the St Kilda Gold Edition. They ran second in the grand final on Collingwood. Got a bit of a whipping.
Well, they got flogging the second time around. Anyhow, I've chosen number 4, Chosen to Fly, the Swazier colt from the McMahon stable. Been in very good form lately, winning at the farm and at Doomben, so I think he'll be hard to beat. For second, I've thrown in number 11, Bianca Jewel, the Lionheart filly, first up now. Been waiting for her to get a run in that, but we keep getting washed out from the Stephen O'Day stable. For third, I've thrown in 5, Starts Me Up from the Bruce Hill stable. He's been a very good horse. He's won his last 2 at Doomben, so he'll be in there. And for fourth, I'm giving you the first 4 today, I've thrown in number 4, Pyrograph.
All right.
From the Paul Massara stable.
Yeah, no, it's good to see Paul up here and doing well. I like Benny the Buttons. I think he's an improving horse that's on the move. He's had 5 starts for a win in 3 seconds. His boy refused to bet out of Stolen Beauty, who's a Mossman out of the Mossman. He's a Mossman broodmare sire, and looks very promising, and one that I think is on the up and will be very hard to beat. I'm putting in number 4, Chosen to Fly, the same as you, for second. McMahon, maybe this could be the next burglar of Banff.
It could be.
It could be. And I'm putting in Bianca Jewel for third, so I'm going 9, 4, 11.
Geez, you're close to me, aren't you?
I am.
You've been watching my tips all the time,
now,
aren't you?
it's the new segment we've got this week called The Need to Breed. And during the week I caught up with Race Tree stud manager Mark Woolridge. I'm with Mark Woolridge, stud manager of Race Tree Stud. Mark, you've got a lovely number of yearlings in the sale, but 2 in particular, lot 114 and 537. Could you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, Jess, we've got 6 all up, 114, which is the demanding Rocker Gibraltar filly. As you can see on the video footage, she's a typical filly out of the mare. Lovely shoulder, good hindquarter, correct, good walking filly. She's had five to the races now for 4 winners, 2 black type, including Phenomenums and Spacecraft. The Spacecraft's done well, running second in Group 2 and winning a good one for Mick Price when they changed stables. And she's been a really good mare, and anything she goes to, she throws a good type, like you can see this filly is, and we're looking forward to presenting her for sale down there at the coast.
Another lot you've got is lot 5, 3, 6. Tell us a bit about that one.
Oh, this is another nice filly, Jess, out of one of our good mares too, So Tempted. So Tempted's had, she's had 3 foals to race for all winners, so she's 100% producer for us. To pay a particular note to the Sharmadale filly Femina Fashion, which runs in Queensland here. She's been a good filly. She's won black type, run second in the Doomben Roses. And the mare has also had another filly, Happy Archer by DeBowie, who has had 3 wins as a 2-year-old, including the Group 1 over there. So she's flown the flag well for a mum. Yes, as you can see by her on the video, she's another nice filly, well balanced, good walking, nice head and neck on her. Very similar to the DeBowie filly, really. So we look forward to taking both those down there and showing them off and hopefully get some money for them.
Mark Ulrich, thank you for your time. Mark Ulrich, stud manager of Race Tree Stud.
Well, what an interesting story that was, and nice to see a few of Race Tree's beautifully bred horses, and no doubt they'll be selling well at the sales.
They will be, and it's good to see. Hotel Grand started off well as well with a winner down there in Melbourne, so it's a good start for him. And
next on the next show, we'll be catching up with Steve Morley from the Powerhouse Glen Logan camp out there. Beautiful stud.
What are you camped out there in his plains lately?
Yeah, I think so. I've been spending a bit of time out at Rathdowney. Now,
we move into race 7 now. The Lockney Stakes, a listed race of 200,000. It's a bit of bickies there for you.
Yeah, nice.
Now, I've tipped number 4 from the Kelso Wood stable, Zero Rock. She's a mare that's been racing very consistently and very good, and I think this race will suit her down to the ground. She's won the last 2. And I just think that she'll be unbeatable. She's got the services of Chris Muntz there. Ooh. She'd almost be my special for the day. For second, I've thrown in the Alan Bailey trained Ages of Hero. For third, I've thrown in Informality from the John O'Shea stable. John's brought him up here for this race, so it'll be good to see how he goes. And for fourth, for the first 4 punters, I've thrown in number 3 from the Barry Baldwin stable, Wrightson.
Well, I've absolutely put my credibility on the line here.
You had none to start with.
I'm putting one here from way down in the bottom weight, number 21, Lochiel, by Medicis, out of Jamaica, a Hula Chief mare. So being wet out of a Hula Chief.
Should appreciate it.
Yeah.
One well last start midweek, and I know it's going up in class and it's got to get a run first, but...
drawn the 3.
Yep. It'll be right in there.
I think it's going to have a big show. So I'm putting it on top if it gets a run. Like 100 to 1 shot here. Number 16, Summer Sea Drive. From the Trevor Miller stable. It loves the wet, so I'm hoping that it can pull out something. And I'm putting in number 11 for third, so I'm putting in 21, 16 and 11.
Well, good luck with that.
I need all the luck I can get. If we box those 3 and you get it, it'll pay a mozza.
Yeah, don't forget my man here, if you do box it and you win, and that he'd like check.
Now, remember, on our website, we have a blog that you can join in on, or if you have any information or any letters that you'd like to post on the website, please just send us an email at info@racinginqueensland.com. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Racing in Queensland, and hopefully you can join us next week for another episode of Racing in Queensland. Bye for now.
Cheers.